You can use a graph to indicate all of the solutions of an inequality, much in the same way you can use a graph to represent all of the solutions to an equation. But for now, we're going to focus on inequalities with one variable. Here's an example. The inequality n is less than 1 can be represented by this graph. The open dot shows that 1 is not a solution. We're only talking about values or real numbers less than 1. So the dot at 1 is an open dot. And then we shade or draw an arrow pointing to the left. And that arrow itself represents all possible values on the number line that are less than or to the left of positive 1. A is greater than or equal to 0. Notice now that 0 is included as one of our solutions. So we use a solid dot or a closed dot. So the closed dot at 0 shows that 0 is a solution. And then we're talking about all possible values, all real numbers, greater than or equal to 0. And so the arrow trails to the right. F is greater than -3. Open dot, because we're not including the value -3. All values greater than, though, would be to the right on the number line, and so the arrow points to the right. -2 is greater than or equal to x. Don't get confused just because the variable is on the right-hand side. It's possible to flip the entire inequality as long as you flip the symbol as well. We could rewrite this, or just think of it, as x is less than or equal to -2. Keeping that in mind, the or equal to tells us that the dot will be shaded, or a closed dot. And then we're talking about all values that are less than or equal to -2. So the arrow points to the left. Problem 3, graphing an inequality. What is the graph of 2 is greater than or equal to a? Well, I'd say first we consider open dot or solid dot at 2. It's going to be solid because we are including the value 2 in our solution set. And then 2 is greater than or equal to a, meaning in turn that a is less than or equal to 2. So we're talking about all values to the left of 2 on the number line. So your turn. What is the graph of each inequality? First, x is greater than -4. Then c is less than 0. And finally, 3 is less than or equal to n.